on the 101.
Downtown LA, the 101 southbound at the 110. We've had all lanes stopped here by a couple of crashes. Looks like they just cleared one crash, working on clearing the second. Seeing heavy delays from Alvarado. In Stillmar, westbound side of the 210 Roxford to the 5 at Caltrans. Forget it, all lanes shut down until Monday morning around 5 o'clock. Use Foothill Boulevard instead. And Westchester 405 northbound La Tijera to the 90 Caltrans works here as well. All lanes have been intermittently stopped, and you're backed up to Manchester because of that. In Baldwin Park, westbound side of the 10, Baldwin Park Boulevard to the 605, only the right lane available for you until around 8 o'clock this morning. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Tabucky.
We've got a hot weekend ahead. I'll tell you about it next.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 800-908-1616 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-908-1616. That's 800-908-1616. 1-800-908-1616.
Fastland weather from KFI. You're looking at a sunny day for today. Highs in the 70s at the beaches, mid-80s to mid-90s inland. Highs in the 90s for the valleys, the inland OC and IE. Temperatures are expected to stick around the 70s and 80s throughout most of the week. In Newport Beach at 66, Dana Point 64, Santa Fe Springs 71, and Pasadena 67. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Claudette Stefanian.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. You are listening to Home. I'm Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. That's what they call me. Custom home builder, custom home designer. Here with you live like I am every weekend. Saturdays from 6 to 8, Sundays from 9 to 11. Welcome. Welcome to the second hour of our fine program. What are we all about here? I'm here to help. Here to be an advocate for you as you wrestle with construction issues with your home. To be a design mentor for you, because when it comes to transforming your home, design matters most. It really does. And just a friendly voice in your morning, helping you build yourself a more beautiful home, hopefully a more beautiful life, and to do them both more affordably and more artfully than you ever imagined. All right, we're going to get back to our conversation about breaking with convention in your kitchen. Where can you, how can you, in order to bring some really cool design back into an otherwise conventional kitchen. But we were taking calls last couple of segments. I've still got Lily hopefully on the line because I needed to take a little bit more time to address her question. Lily, are you there?
I sure am.
Okay, so Lily wants to put an induction cooktop underneath per slab countertop. Is that correct, my friend?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So you are jumping, over, you're leaping over two things that a lot of folks don't know a whole lot about. One, for sure. The induction cooktop, by the way, have you ever cooked on one, Lily?
I went to a demo, somebody was showing me all the ins and outs of it, and it looked interesting. It looked doable. I've never had one, no. The answer is no.
Okay, that's fine. That's correct. So I just want to tell you, I love induction cooktops. I love them. We remodeled our own kitchen a couple of years ago and had the opportunity of putting gas back. I'm a cook. I cook a lot. We're in the kitchen all the time. And I am, I'm a fan of heavy-duty, high BTU gas as the source of all cooking pleasure, right? But I am a full-on induction cooktop convert. My little induction cooktop, I should say little, it's the same size as my gas cooktop was, but our induction cooktop, which for us is set flush in our island slab because we have, it's a black porcelain induction surface. It has no bezel around the edge, and we actually recessed it into, but we have black soapstone countertops, so mine is flush with the slab. So we moved in the same direction as it sounds like you are thinking about moving in the terms of that because our cooktop is flush with our slab, it has only electronic controls. When it's not on, we just use it as normal countertop. But you're taking the extra step of actually considering a unit that mounts underneath the countertop surface. Now, for everybody who doesn't understand induction cooktops uses a magnetic field to move the molecules in a ferrous metal pan and basically agitate the pan and make the pan hot without actually being a heat source. And so it's pretty amazing. And, and I've talked about induction cooktops in the past, and if you want to hear more about them, go back and check on those shows when we discuss new technologies for the kitchen. All I can tell you is more powerful than the most powerful gas burner that I've ever owned, and on the other end, more sensitive. We can actually melt chocolate without using a double boiler. I mean, it is wildly and amazingly accurate and powerful cooking system. Now, there is an induction cooktop. There's more than one that actually now mounts underneath a countertop. The only thing you need to know is you got to be aware that whatever your counter material that you're using needs to be heat resistant because a lot of stones burn when they experience too much heat. The heat doesn't come from the induction cooktops. It doesn't generate any heat whatsoever. The heat comes from the pan getting so hot and burning a countertop.
Yeah, I think we were going to use like a porcelain.
Okay, so that's perfect. I was going to say the very best material to use with a hidden induction cooktop unit would be one of the high-end thin porcelains. Also, the porcelain is thin enough that the cooktop mounts underneath, and you get really good transmission of energy between the two. So, there is I think the one that I've seen the most would be, let me see here, it's the Invisicook. Invisicook is one brand. There used to be, the last builder show we went to, we saw a demonstration of one. The only trick is, because it's your countertop, you're like, where are the burners at? Where do I put the pan? They actually had these little dots on the countertop that I didn't like. Because I'm like, well, what's the point of hiding the cooktop if I have to have these dots on the counter? What I like about the Invisicook is that it has a sound location system. So it gives you a little buzz and a little hum until the pan is right over the thing, and then you know what you're cooking on. So, good on you for wanting to do something unconventional with your kitchen, because talk about a sexy countertop in which people are like, where is your cooktop? And you're like, oh, it's right there underneath the counter. It's brilliant. So, good luck with that, Lily. I can tell you this. I don't know how much you're going to be thrilled with the hidden version of the induction cooktop, but I can tell you absolutely without question that induction cooktops are here to stay, and they are brilliantly wonderful to cook on. And for those of you who are unsure, just know any cooking show you've ever watched, just about any demonstration anywhere where you've seen a cooking demonstration done, those things are happening because, you know, they don't plummet, you know, the temporary demo area for gas. Those demonstrations almost always happen on induction cooktops. They don't tell you that they're happening. And no, it's not the same as an old electric halogen cooktop. That's the old heat version. This, totally new technology. If you're unfamiliar, look it up. You'll be fascinated with it. What was that? Oh, we did a YouTube video. Go to Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer on YouTube. You can see my YouTube video in which I take just a little induction cooktop hob that we bought at Costco for like $40, and we race my gas cooktop, my old gas cooktop in the kitchen. We do a timing race to see which one boils water in the kettle first. It's a fantastic little video. It'll help you figure it out. All right. When we return, back to more unconventional moves you can make with your kitchen. Let's talk about backsplashes. Tina has a chip on her shoulder about cabinet kicks. I have a chip on my shoulder about backsplashes. Do you need them everywhere? I say no, 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 no. Stay tuned. We'll talk about that next. I'm so glad you joined us this morning. So much more to come. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer.
President Biden is visiting 3 memorial sites in honor of the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Nearly 3,000 people were killed in the attacks on this day in 2001. LAPD Chief Moore says there have been 23% more police pursuits this year than last year. Another murder hornet nest has been found in the state of Washington. The State Department of Agriculture says the second nest was found just miles away from where the first one was discovered a few weeks ago. We've got issues on the PCH next.
All right, so if you are ready to build your new dream kitchen, you got to start somewhere. Where should you start? It should be at the kitchen store in a totally free in-showroom consultation, because you need two things right out of the gate. You need the creativity and the wisdom of an expert kitchen designer, and you need to be flooded with inspiration and information, and that's what you're going to get out of the kitchen store's 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom. Every accessory, every feature, every style, everything you could imagine that could go in a kitchen, you will find in the kitchen store showroom. The kitchen store is right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, honestly, it is the best place for kitchen cabinets in all of SoCal. State-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing with no payments and no interest for a full year, and pricing that will beat the big box center. So, start your new kitchen right. Set up a free consult by dialing 310 Kitchen. That's 310 Kitchen, and check out the kitchen store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Southland weather from KFI. We've got sunshine for today. Highs in the 70s at the beaches, mid-80s to mid-90s inland. Let's go ahead and check in on the Pacific Coast Highway.
PCH shut down through Huntington Beach, both directions, Beach Boulevard to Warner. This is until around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's due to the Surf City Marathon. You're going to have to find an alternate route there. Expect heavy delays in the surrounding streets as well. Fillmore on the westbound side of the 210, Roxford to the 5. Caltrans has all lanes closed until Monday morning around 5 o'clock. Use Foothill Boulevard instead. And Westchester, northbound side of the 405, Loxie here out to the 90. Looks like they've reopened at least the left lanes there, but you are still seeing some delays because the 3 right lanes are closed. Watch for slowing starting in Manchester. KFI in the sky helps get there faster. I'm Robert Dubucky.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has amazing prices for everything on your back-to-school list. Right now, 2-pocket paper folders are just 15 cents. And comp books, 24-pack Crayola crayons, and 8-pack of Pep Rally No. 2 pencils are just 50 cents each. Ends 9/11, limit 30. Pocket folder offer in-store only. Staples.
With energy costs rising and temperatures getting warmer and electric vehicles here to stay, clearly, I can't believe how many homes still don't have solar, my friend. Granted, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So my solar company, Sunlux, they want me to clear some of it up. So here are 3 things that you need to know. First, solar doesn't cost you money. It saves you money, a lot of money. That's the whole point. Second, It doesn't matter where your panels are made. I don't care who's telling you what. What matters is who makes them, really. And finally, you might hear about some system out there for $39.95 or whatever. That is not the system that's going to end up on your home. That's bait. You know, it means something to me that all of the partners at Sunlux left top-tier positions at other solar companies. Why? To do solar better. It's why Sunlux is an LG and Tesla Platinum contractor. They have the best systems, the best battery solutions, the best service, the best warranty in the biz. And Sunlux is a solar company who is straight with you from day one. So, hey, it's time for solar. Get started at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com, sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Angie Plus is now Angie. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or you're planning your dream renovation, Angie connects you with top local pros who can get the job done right. See reviews, compare quotes, and book hundreds of projects. Plus, when you book and pay through Angie, we'll cover your project up to the full purchase price, plus limited damage protection with our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com, and for more on the happiness guarantee, go to Angie.com/happiness-guarantee.htm.
If you think vaccines alone will protect you from COVID-19, think again. More breakthrough cases of COVID variants show that vaccinated people are still vulnerable to the deadly disease. To be safe, monitor regularly for fever, as it's the leading sign of COVID-19. Use Exergen, the only thermometer scientifically proven to detect fever. And beware of non-contact devices that miss 5 out of 6 fevers. Remember, vaccines are not enough. So protect yourself and your family with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Learn more at Exergen.com.
The most important financial decision you'll make isn't picking the next hot stock or fund manager. It's choosing the right financial advisor. How do you pick the advisor that's right for you? Find out in a special encore presentation of our virtual event with Rick Edelman on Tuesday, September 14th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. It's free. Register at EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. You'll get advice on how to select the right financial advisor, and you'll get a list of the 11 questions to ask before hiring one. Take this list with you when you interview financial advisors, and if you already have one, use the checklist to evaluate if they are right for you. You will get all the information you need, and Rick will make it fun and entertaining. It's free, so register right now for a special encore presentation of our virtual event on September 14th at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern. Register at EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
Before I started Rooter Hero Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John McClan. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach and keep these values at Rooter Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. You can also reach us at rooterhero.com. Thank you.
Everybody needs a hero. CL 102-8886.
9/11, 2 decades later, is a limited series podcast that looks back 20 years since the attacks of 9/11 and features those who were in the inner sanctum of our country's government.
I mean, it felt like the end of the world, to be honest with you.
And we asked the question, are we safer today than 20 years ago?
I don't think so. I wish I could answer differently, but I don't think so.
9/11, 2 decades later, episodes 1 and 2 this Sunday night. Or download on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's start with sauces. This is really cool. They're not that difficult, and the key ingredient to me is ketchup. It's one of the things that we buy in bulk. It's the base for a lot of different sauces.
The Fork Report with Neil Saavedra this afternoon at 2 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
KFI, Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, at your service. Good Saturday morning to you, my friend. So glad you joined us this morning. We are talking about unconventional, breaking with conventions in your kitchen. We talked about cabinet kicks and a couple of other things. Now it's time to move on to one of my design pet peeves. That is the overuse of backsplashes. Yeah, let's talk about backsplashes. Today's just a show to get you thinking, build a little courage in you, so that if you're redoing your kitchen, you think, you know what, maybe we should take some of these bits of advice and make our kitchen a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more unique, okay? So, backsplashes, now here's an area that will apply to everybody, because unlike cabinets, backsplashes are not mass-produced. They are going to be customized to your kitchen at your direction, okay? So this is truly something that is in your hand to control. Let's talk about backsplashes. Originally, the standard backsplash that has kind of become the industry standard was 4 inches tall. 4 inches tall tile backsplash. And why 4 inches tall? I'll tell you why. Because countertops were originally made out of ceramic tile. 4-inch ceramic tiles in general. So what do on the backsplash? You turn up one of those tiles vertically along the back wall and you get a 4-inch tall backsplash. There you go. That's how these things start, right? It's not like some backsplash scientist was like, oh, the 4 inches, that is the perfect height for the back. No, it's just one tile turned up on the back of the countertop. All right. Even today, by the way, if the less expensive countertops like Formica, preformed Formica countertops that you might find sitting around like at a big box hardware store, you're going to find that they're preformed with a 4-inch backsplash on them. Just there it is, convention. Then came the introduction of in the 70s, early 80s. We started doing away with ceramic tile countertops. They went out of fashion, and people started saying, well, you know what I have in my kitchen? I have granite slabs on my kitchen counters. Look how swanky I am. And with those granite countertops came the full height backsplash, meaning the full 16 or 18 inches from the countertop all the way up to the bottom of the upper cabinets. Now, full height backsplash, a bit of a status symbol. It also, though, okay, we'll give it this, allows you to see your lovely countertop material from across the room, because you spend all this money on a, granite or marble countertop, whatever this is. When you're not standing right over the counters, you can't see them. It's just the front edge that you see, so the full height backsplash kind of puts it all on display. Get it. I get it. Really. No, I really do. But can get a little cavey. I don't know if you've noticed that, especially if your countertops are dark. Having all that stone wrapping all the way up underneath the counters, all the way up to the lower part of the upper cabinet, can get a little cavey. It's a lot of stone, so just be aware. And this is my point, very similar to the point Tina was making about kicks, which is, do you need them everywhere? Do you really? Are you really going to stand for hours in front of your pantry cabinet and tuck your toes under the counter, underneath the cabinet in order to, find the rice at the back of the pantry cabinet? No, you're not. So my question is this. Do you need a backsplash everywhere? Does your toaster or your cookie jar need a full height backsplash behind it to protect the wall from what? Cookie splash? I don't know. So my point is this. Take the word backsplash very seriously. And don't stop. Those of you right now like, hey, Dean says we don't need any backsplashes in the kitchen. No, I did not say that. Stop that. You stop that, right? This is what I'm saying. Where do you need backsplashes? In splash zone. Okay? Where's the splash zone? Yeah, the kitchen sink. That might be a good place to have a bit of a backsplash going on. Why? Water? Splashiness? Yeah, okay. And what is the most critical, though? I would even argue that around a kitchen sink, not necessarily need a backsplash unless, if you've got a window in front of your kitchen sink, that's a washable surface, right? No worries. But yeah, around the edge is fine. The most important place to have a backsplash is cooktop. Yeah, where you are cooking. Why? Bubbling pots, steam, splattering grease, oil out of the pan, all of that. Clearly, we need a good backsplash near the cook center. But as we move away from the cook center, a foot or so away from the cook center, do we now need a full-height backsplash or any backsplash at all anywhere else where the primary purpose of the kitchen counter is to support dry goods or have an appliance sitting on it or what have you? My answer is don't know, but ask the question. That's the point. Ask the question. Well, now you're saying, all right, Dean, I still have things that I bang around on my countertop, and maybe I don't want to bang the drywall at the back of my kitchen cabinets and get it all marred up. Okay, great, I understand that. And what about if we spill stuff? Aha! Aha! This is the thing that I want to talk to you about next. So maybe we don't need a splash. Maybe we need some kind of barrier. Maybe we need a dam. I don't know what a dam is. Well, I'm going to explain that when we come back. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Claudette Stefani, Anthony.
It's the 20th anniversary of the terror attacks on September 11th. President Biden says the commemorations bring everything painfully back, no matter how much time has passed.
But it's so hard, whether it's the first year or the 20th. Children have grown up without parents, and parents have suffered without children. Husbands and wives have had to find ways forward without their partners in their life.
The President and First Lady will visit all three memorials today to mark the anniversary. Orange County has reported the county's second death of a child from COVID-19.
The first died last year at 16 years old. The second was younger than 5. Deputy County Health Officer Dr. Regina Chincio-Kwong says this underscores the importance of vaccination.
For the month of August, there have been a total of 103 individuals who've lost their lives to COVID, and 96% of these individuals were unvaccinated.
Chincio-Kwong says the best thing parents can do is make sure everyone around their child is vaccinated, but also make sure their kids wear their mask in public, wash their hands, and practice social distancing. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
LAPD Chief Moore says there have been 23% more police pursuits this year than last year. Moore says for fiscal year 2020, there were 484 pursuits compared to 597 in 2021. The chief says shootings are one of the reasons for car chases.
Officers then who are in the area or come across those vehicles are then attempting to make a stop, an investigative stop, and then these pursuits result.
Moore says auto thefts are also a top reason for police pursuits. He says over the last 2 years, auto thefts are up 44%. A crash on the 55.
Tustin on the southbound side of the 55, right at the Clive interchange. Crash there, taking away the carpool lane. That's got you jammed back to 4th Street. Huntington Beach, both sides of the Pacific Coast Highway shut down between Beach Boulevard and Warner. This is due to the Surf City Marathon until around 2 o'clock this afternoon. And Fillmore on the westbound side of the 210 freeway, Rockford to the 5. Caltrans has all lanes closed all weekend long. Till around 5 o'clock Monday morning, use Foothill Boulevard instead. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Zabucky.
Oh, that's me. Hey, ever since Dusty Power became a sponsor here at KFI, we get a lot of questions about how home backup generators work. It's complex, but on your side of things, it's easy, so here goes. Dusty's going to evaluate your home. They're going to hook you up with the perfect generator to meet all of its needs. Then, when the next outage occurs, your smart generator knows to turn itself on immediately while everybody else around you loses power. Your life continues uninterrupted. When the power comes back on, the generator knows that too, turns itself off. It even maintains itself during the year on its own schedule. It's really just that easy. What's also easy, 0% interest financing, payments as low as $72 a month, which makes your emergency power totally affordable for your home. Now you know, the pandemic has everything in short supply, so don't wait. Call Duffy today. Make sure your life, your comfort, your safety won't be interrupted during the next outage or any of the ones after that. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say Duffy Power, pound 250 Duffy Power, or find Duffy on the web at duffypower.com. That's DUTHIE power.com.
Southland weather from KFI. If you look out, looks like the sun is shining bright for today. Highs in the 70s at the beaches, mid-80s to mid-90s inland. Highs in the 90s for the valleys, the inland OC and IE. Temperatures are expected to stay around the 70s and 80s throughout the week. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Claudette Stefanian.
I know summer's almost over, but you know what won't stop? This face and this body.
Yeah, I'll take a Wahlburger and the front.
And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Ship, battle, fighter, and win. Just earn 500 points on your rewards card, and you're guaranteed to win up to $100 in cash or free slot play.
Number 4.
Go big on game day. Big games need big TVs, and we've got both at Morongo.
3.
Sapphire September giveaway. Get a 1.5-quart sauce pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 13th or 14th.
Number 2.
Wahlburgers and Sideline Sports Bar are a winning combination. Burgers, beers, and a 30-foot video screen.
And the number 1 reason.
Get funky with the Commodores. Live October 1st. We will sell out. Get your tickets now.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. Whether you want to learn Spanish for future travel plans, French to connect with extended family, or maybe German to land a new job, Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you'll actually use. All you need is 15 minutes a day, and you'll be on your way to confidently speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel is designed by real language experts using a modern, conversation-based technique that makes learning fun, engaging, and best of all, memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. And with 14 languages to choose from and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll be sure to learn what matters most to you. Babbel, language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Injured? Dial pound 250. Use keyword personal injury to connect to OPO Law.
Let's get to know KFI's Employee of the Month, Mo Kelly.
My job is to be creative and interesting. And there's really no roadmap. It's almost like you walk into a kitchen, you have all these ingredients, and you can make whatever you want. Sometimes it tastes good, sometimes it doesn't, but that is the joy and the challenge. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Congratulations to Mo Kelly, KFI September 2021 Employee of the Month. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Your home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Hey, thanks for joining us this morning on this lovely, sunny September 11th morning. We're talking about breaking with convention in your kitchen. It's our annual Who Says show. Who says you have to do it that way? Certainly not Dean. No, no, no. All right, I left you hanging with backsplashes. I told you that you don't need a backsplash everywhere. You need a backsplash where things get splashy. What do we need everywhere else? Well, in order to keep stuff on the countertop from banging the wall up above those cabinets, and to prevent spills from getting that wall wet, whatever that wall might be made out of, What you really need is a dam, a back dam, not a back splash. And what's the difference between the two? Well, you think about it. If you've got an appliance back there and it just needs to be stopped, you only need something that maybe is, 3/4 of an inch wide at the back, just to act as a back bumper, kind of like the little bumper that, when you pull into a parking space, that your tire hits and tells you, okay, you've landed, don't go any further forward, that kind of thing. Also, how high does it need to be? How tall? And that's really, tall is really the issue that we're talking about this morning, right? Well, anywhere on a countertop you could spill stuff, clearly. Spill a drink, spill, beverage, water out of a pan. When you spill something on a countertop, we're talking about a liquid that is what? A couple of microns thick, that film? So you don't need something 4 inches tall to prevent that from getting the drywall at the back of the counter messed up. What you need is not even this, but, an inch, 3/4 of an inch, that's it. Just the tiniest little upturn. That's why I call it a dam, because it's really there to protect the back of the countertop from appliances banging against the wall and to protect the back of the countertop from moisture that's running along the counter. The end. Now, why am I making an issue of this? I'm making an issue only because and I'm not telling you have to do this to your kitchen and that you're wrong if you have a standard backsplash or a full height backsplash. All we're doing today is I'm giving you options. I'm opening your mind up to the fact that, more painted wall back behind your countertop makes your kitchen at times feel more like it's integrated into the rest of the room, the greater room that it is now a part of, most of our kitchens. You have more options. You could wallpaper the backsplash area of your countertop. You could, and here's our preference, honestly, if we're going to go a backsplash tile, above a countertop, quite often we'll do the whole wall, all the way up to the ceiling. All I'm trying to do is loosen you up here. This is Dean. I got you on the massage table. I'm stretching you. I'm loosening up those tight shoulder muscles. Why are you so pent up? Loosen up. Relax. It's a Saturday morning. Let your mind kind of go. None of this is a directive from me. It is just hopefully inspiring you to think differently beyond normal conventions and ask the question, you know what? Maybe we don't need that. Maybe it would look better if we brought that great paint color that we have on the kitchen wall and brought it underneath those upper cabinets in this area. Because guess what? He's right. We don't need a backsplash here. There's nothing splashy going on over here. That's all I'm challenging you to do. All right, let's move on. Cabinet doors. Same story. Lots of options for cabinet doors. Number one, not all your cabinet doors have to be the same. You could change patterns from cabinet doors on your base cabinets to the cabinet doors that are on your upper cabinets. Think about non-conventional cabinet panels, mixed panels, slabs. Slabs meaning flat cabinet doors, no panel at all. You're like, but our kitchen is not, that contemporary stuff, that can get really cold and feel very sterile. Have you seen today's new slab cabinet doors? Some of them are completely wood-grained from edge to edge. Some of them are the most organic, smooth, beautiful, elegant cabinets, but warm woods, warm materials that you can find out there. Far warmer at times than traditional raised panel cabinets. So just give it thought. Holes in cabinet doors, decorative holes. It's not going to let dust in. And why is there so much dust in your kitchen anyway? What, are you living in a tornado in there? No. Small holes that are decorative that can be placed even aftermarket into a cabinet door. Stenciling, if you don't want to do holes, stenciling on a cabinet door. Or screening. What is screening? I'll let me tell you about the screening story over here at the Sharp House. We've got, now our kitchen is kind of a circa 1920s look. It's an old school traditional kitchen, very high tech, hidden under the surface, but very traditional. So Tina's whole thing with cabinet kicks, each of our cabinets have leggy aprons in front, so they look like they're more like freestanding pieces of furniture. We've got kicks where it counts. We have no cabinet underneath the kitchen sink at all. It's just sitting there on legs. You can see the piping underneath. So that's super comfortable and no conventional cabinet there. We have a little coffee bar area because, as you know, coffee and the Sharps, you know, it's a thing. The cabinet above our coffee bar is where the adult beverages tend to hide out in this little traditional looking coffee bar area.